Organized Sound Podcast. Welcome back. I'm your host, Hib Balde. I'm joined by a very special guest today. Mello Sav is here.
¿Qué lo que?
Kalo K, what's going on, Mel? How you been?
Shit, chilling. Chilling like a villain.
You always are. This is a
Yeah.
very special moment, and I'll tell you why. You were my first interview, you and
For the
Dayla.
year. Let's get it.
And so to see things come around like this, and you have a great EP coming out, it's the top of the year. We're starting new, we're starting fresh.
Facts.
It's a beautiful thing.
Whole new slate.
Turn on your, turn on, ay, 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 turn on your, turn on your.
So, introduce yourself for people who don't know you.
Shit. My name is Mello Sav from Springfield. I just make good music.
Damn, that simple. So let's talk about how you got started in music.
Shit. Well, that shit started. I gotta say, like the origins of that shit is probably like church when I started off in choir and shit.
Mm-hmm.
Then my sister started playing viola, and I was like, I like that. But instead of playing viola, I played violin. So with the violin, that shit like helped me like feel in sync with music. Like that's how I feel like I have a point to like go back to that. So I'll just continue on from here. But like with the whole sync and shit, like I feel like music just became me. So like that's why like it's weird because like I feel like when you're destined, fuck, I don't know how to explain that shit.
We can get into it. We're just getting started, man. We
I don't
have all the
explain
time
that
in the
shit.
world, man. I want to talk about first getting into rapping. I kind of dug on the surface of this, but of like you meeting Dayla, but
Yeah.
I want to hear about like you starting in rap.
That shit started it's crazy. It's like violin, right? So
Yeah.
that's how I started with like falling in love with music. And I remember I was in church and my sister would practice before me like for an hour, and then I would practice after for an hour. So I was waiting outside in the lobby. I was using her iPod, and I was probably like, I'd say like 8, 9, and I listened to the song "Lose Yourself" by M.M.I.I.G, and I just kept bumping that shit. Like, yo, this shit is hard. Like, I feel like there's certain shit like he's saying that I'm relating to that, and it's crazy because I feel like ever since that day I chose speaking my mind on tracks than playing my violin. Like I still love my violin, and that's what like probably made me a melodic rapper because like I play violin, so I know how things sound and how sounds are supposed to be like structured and shit. So that's how that love for music made it like it combined with my rap. Like that's how I feel, and that's why my music sounds that way when you listen to it. Like, why is he melodic? It's because like it's because of instruments. Like, so I use my voice as an
musical
instrument.
formation.
Yeah. So yeah, that pretty much explains like the evolution to My Moon is in Gemini, and the reason why it's called My Moon is in Gemini is because like I'm not gonna straight up tell people, oh, what's your sign? Gemini. If they ask me that, I'm gonna be like, I'm a Taurus. But the same day you're born, like there's the moon as well. So yin and yang type shit. And the moon you're under, it's like you have to know the time you're born and shit like that. So like you figure that out. Because like moon cycles change like every like 2 hours, I believe, some shit like that. I could be wrong. And so it happens that my moon is in Gemini, and Geminis are known to be artists and shit like that. So it just goes to show that like the reason why that tape sounds a little darker is because my moon is in Gemini, and then the sun is in Taurus.
Word. So talk about how long it took you putting that together. Like what were the first concepts, and what order did these songs come in?
The first song that I had for it was Galaxy with Pasto Chris.
Yep. One of my favorites.
One of my favorites too, no bullshit. Shout out Pasto Chris. That's the bro.
Shout out Pasto.
Shout out Pasto. Shit. Oh yeah, he just dropped his album back in October.
Yep.
Pasto Tape Volume 1. Go listen to that shit.
Pasto Tape Volume 1. Check that out.
Listen to that shit. Yeah, so that was the first song I had for My Moves in Gemini.
And so when was that time frame?
That was probably November. Probably had that shit like November.
Okay, so where'd you take it from there?
Yeah, from there, the second song I made for it was... Oh, I lied. The first song on My Moon is in Gemini is the last song. It's What If with Ishi.
Word.
Shout out Ishi. He should be dropping his album soon. So
Yep.
keep posted with him too. But yeah, that What If is the first song I have for that, and then Galaxy came after that. And Ishi really helped me with like vocalizing myself on my tracks and shit like that. Like that's one thing I'm doing a lot better. So shout out to Ishi for that. No bullshit. Like he taught me how to like use my diaphragm and shit like that, like all that type of shit.
Word.
Yeah.
So at a 7-song EP we're talking about, My Moon is in Gemini. How did you decide to make it that length? How'd you pick that many songs, and why
I
an
picked
EP?
7 because like I feel like I don't want people to be listening to a lot of songs. I want people to realize like it's also like it's all a plan too. Like it's like chess, no bullshit. Cause like I kept it short and with really good songs because I feel like people will play it. They want to hear it back. Like yo, this shit go hard, but it's short. Let me get that vibe one more time real quick. It's
Right, you got to go back for it.
Yeah, it's worth that. So like, but yeah, that's really why I chose 7 songs. Like I thought like let me just give them something that I know they'll fuck with, like, cause this is really me, like. So I don't know. I just gotta do what I feel like I gotta do.
Got you.
Yeah.
All right, so graduated from the School of Hard Knocks. The first song, Captain.
Captain, yeah.
What that song is like really just strikes me as the like, you know, you have your R&B side, but that's the real rap song. That's the real like talk your shit song.
And look at me, I'm the captain now. I'm with the team. We threw our caps and gowns. We graduated from the streets. Know this life get wild. Got the School of Hard Knocks, so bust down. I've been feeling like I'm chosen. Dark heart, mind golden. Spitfire, heart frozen. Going in like a token, what I'm talking got you choking. And it's so thought-provoking how I ride through my emotions like I'm fucking roller coasting. And I'm never really boasting, but I swear we raise a toast and all my niggas got their bread up. Look what you said now and before and in the future, cause I should be played out. Put that on my grave, how I got it planned out. See the vision getting closer, never want a handout.
Real quick.
So what was the mood making that song?
Like the song that inspired that song was definitely like listening to Lil Wayne. Like he definitely inspired me to write that song. Like with his comeback with his album, like I was really happy for hip hop.
Yeah, you enjoyed that album?
Yeah, I love that album. Like that's the Weezy I grew up on, cause that's one of like if I had a Mount Rushmore of rappers from my generation.
Yeah,
I'm 22, so. No disrespect, but I don't really give a fuck about like the old heads and shit
right.
like that. Like,
that was a little before your
yeah,
time.
it's their like everybody has their time. You feel me? Like no disrespect. Like I respect them for what they instilled in us and shit like that. But it's like it's not their time no more. Like it's time for new legends to rise up. So like I feel like the legend of my era were definitely like Drake, Lil Wayne, Eminem, arguably Nicki Minaj, but she's kind of fucking up right now.
That's okay.
But, yeah, like that was like my Mount Rushmore. Oh, J. Cole too. Enjoy Badass.
On there. That's interesting.
That like it'd be a
because
longer
I
Mount
hear
Rushmore,
I've heard the Joey
yeah.
kind of sound out of you, and just especially like little word plays and stuff like that. Especially from your earlier stuff, which I kind of checked out for this.
Yeah.
So, I think a lot of people think No Rolly is a song that came and really cemented you as new artists coming up in Springfield.
Yeah.
Would you agree with that?
I'd agree with that because it showed people this little nigga can really rap.
And
I'm still doing it.
At what point did that come for you? Had you been doing it for a little while, or was that really the beginning?
Like my first time recording was probably when I was like 16. But I've been rapping before that because I would always write my raps and I would like show them to my little sister and my big sister. But I'd mostly show them to my little sister, and she would fuck with them basically. I'm like, she's another reason why I keep going because I'm supposed to get her Audi when I blow up. So, for circles.
An Audi?
Yeah, I got it though.
You said that's your younger sister?
Yeah.
All right, go. Let's go. Let's go.
That shit gonna happen one day. Watch.
Skirt. All right. So I definitely want to talk about Springfield and how that's influenced your music. We are here in the 413.
Yeah. I feel like It's influenced my music a lot because of where I grew up and like where I was born and raised in. Like, it's not a bad place, but it was kind of like, I think it's the most hoodest place in Springfield at one point. But now when you go there, it's actually like flourishing and shit. I feel like that with the North
It's
End.
changed in
Yeah.
our growing up.
Facts. Like it's really changed and it changed for the better. It's
Yes.
like word, like this is good. Like it's not as much like violence. Because when my mom was young in the North End, it was crazier. Like people would do like drugs in parks and shit, like sniffing and shit like that. Like out into broad daylight type shit. Like shit's wild. And in my generation, it was just lots of fights and shit like that. So I feel like me growing up, I wanted like, I don't know how to explain it. I felt like I was missing something, and I was a fighter basically. I was
What-
getting in trouble, shit like that.
I
like
was just
court.
about to ask. So, what kind of student were you?
I was like, I was basically crying out for attention.
Okay.
Basically,
Was it
I
in
felt
like a class clown way or more like a misbehaving way?
a mixture of both?
Okay.
And then I feel like growing up, I've been through so much shit, and it's like I don't need attention. I don't need anybody's validation. I just need what I want, and what I want is simple. That's why we're having this interview. Feel me?
Yeah. Up and up. I want to talk about Dub C. You were one of the first people who announced that it was kind of over with. Reflecting on that experience, how do you feel now?
I feel like Dub C can work. It can still work, but like now, it's too much work because of like we're all great artists, even by ourselves. We kind of don't need each other.
Yeah. It's
like
getting to that point.
Yeah, it's not even that it's getting to that point. It's the fact that like we're all talented.
Everybody's got an album. Everybody's got
Yeah,
like a
like,
body of work.
yeah, it's
Everybody's doing their own thing.
So it's like, why doesn't everybody just focus on themselves? And when we, if possible, when we're on top, like, all right, now we'll win a circle. What did we win? You feel me?
Right.
Like, we didn't win yet. Like, I feel like maybe the winner circle will go.
It's gonna make sense down the road again.
Never know. Shout out that boy Edo.
Shout out Edo. Speaking of people who have albums on the way, Edo's album's on the way. I was listening. He gave me a ride home from work, and I was listening to that in the car, and it's just he's got some special songs on there.
Yeah.
And the diversity, like the group, the group has something for everybody.
Facts.
Everybody. That's the most exciting thing.
Still waiting on that boy Daylight to drop something on y'all niggas.
It's coming.
It's coming, facts.
For certain. All right, what do I want to ask you next? I guess I want to talk about the writing process. We were kind of talking about people's writing process before this interview started. What is yours?
I usually write late at night. Like if I can't sleep sometimes, like most of the songs I wrote for My Moon is in Gemini, I wrote them because I couldn't sleep. So I was like, word, I just wrote a song. And like it's like, word, this is like definitely like that was probably for I remember how this shit happened. For the last two songs I needed, it was Shinigami and Love My Flaws.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, I want to write right now.
Both Hetrix beats, right?
Exactly. So I wanted to write. I was like, I definitely want to write for something that would fit My Moon is in Gemini. Looking for beats, gonna find shit. And I was like, what am I looking for beats for? I was thinking Hetrix make beats. So I go on his website. I found the beat for Shinigami and the beat for Love My Flaws. I heard them. I was like, these are definitely vibes. I'm trying to like show people in my music, like show people like what else I can do. So like that's what happened with that shit. And like I feel like my favorite song for this project is definitely it's tied between Captain and Shinigami. I can't pick.
I was re-listening to Shinigami. That one slipped by me a little bit, but going back to that one,
it's a sleeper.
That slower beat, that the mood. This EP really brings a mood, and that one is just like all the way vibe.
I know something funny talking about moods. My first name for My Moon is in Gemini before this was Moonlight Moods. It wasn't My Moon is in Gemini.
Word.
Then I was talking to it was a Dub C meeting, and Edo said because I brought up the fact that My Moon is in Gemini. He was like, why don't you just name it My Moon is in Gemini? And from there I was like, well, that's pretty straightforward. Like, well, it sounds cool too. So like, Shout out to Edo for that too. No bullshit.
Nice. I think I was at that meeting too.
You were.
We might even have footage of that.
Put that shit right at the bottom.
Yo, we
Shit.
might. All right, let's see if I can dig it up. So I want to talk about the show you have coming up. You're going to be in Greenfield
Facts.
with the formerly mentioned Pasto Chris, turning that up. How excited are you for that?
Very, because it's the first time I got to perform my whole actual tape. Like the way I ended 2018. Shout out to that boy Razor Edge. No bullshit. He hit me up, talking about if I wanted to perform and shit. So I said yeah, and from there, time went by, the day came, and ended the year on a good performance. No bullshit. Shit was fire.
Nice. So talk about your reactions from the tape, from the city.
I feel like this is it. Like once I get the visuals to it, this is it. Cause it's like, if you ain't cocky with your craft, what the fuck you doing it for? You feel me? Like I hate sounding cocky, but it's like, yo, I am the best at what I do. So like, ain't nobody gonna stop me with this grind, my nigga. Like you feel me? Like.
Let's go. That's my objective too. Like if more people hear this,
Yeah.
that's the only work that's left to do.
What are you gonna say?
The music's so there. This
Facts.
is a hands down.
This is like me saying, "Shut up, shut up and listen, my nigga." Like I don't got time to waste.
So what are your goals for 2019?
Shit, my goals. I was kind of thinking. I have another idea for a little EP, like probably by the end of the year, but I want to have like 3 tracks. I have the name in my head, but I'm not sure if I should say it.
You're not trying to say it.
Yeah,
Yeah, it might change.
It's funny because the name is out, but people don't even realize it though.
Okay,
you just gotta look. It's there though.
I might take some guesses later.
But
Word. So you mentioned a lot of rap influences. Who are your more R&B influences?
this might sound wild because I grew up on a
R.
different
Kelly?
I was gonna say that. Yo, that shit crazy. I was like, nah. Honestly, I don't even like listen to R. Kelly at all. But like, that shit's crazy.
Yeah.
I feel like people are gonna look at me crazy because I feel like my R&B was like The Weeknd, Drake, Tory Lanez, like when they did
these people who
like,
did the hybrid version.
Yeah.
You like A Boogie? He had an album just come out.
Exactly, like another nigga, like, but that's like, it's like R&B rap. Like it's weird. Like A Boogie, like he's melodic, but he raps a lot. Like that's why I fuck with.
For sure. And it's kind of like that new genre that has just been put into the bin of hip hop. It's all hip hop.
Facts.
And we haven't really defined it, but it's its own thing. So I ask everybody this for marketing, music marketing. What are the new rules? What's something that you've done or you've seen other people do that's like very useful?
I'm not even sure. I don't know.
I'll get back to you on that.
I just promote my shit. Like that's it.
Promote how?
I just share my shit.
Share where?
Facebook, Twitter, Instagram.
All right. Where can people find you on Facebook? Are they all the same?
Oh, yeah,
your handles?
Facts. They're all the same.
Sav with the $.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. How'd that name happen?
Well, my real government name is Melvin Michelangelo Medina. Mm-hmm. So the Mello derives from Melvin. But Melvin isn't real no more. It's call me Mel or Mello. Like you don't have to call me Mello Sav. That's my rap name, but preferably it's like Mello or Mel, like either one of those. But yeah, so I'm very mellow. Like if you can't tell, like I'm mellow as fuck. But if you push me, you get the Sav, and it takes a lot to get the Sav out though.
I believe that. We were talking about kind of seeing the Sav a little bit with the cockiness and the. You go after people on Facebook too. What do you think of like the petty beef on social media? Where you at?
I think niggas is bitches.
Okay.
Like straight up.
That's
yo.
A stance.
Speaking about bitches,
I
got fucking. There's a rap track.
Yeah.
In honor of me. It's a diss track.
Okay. I haven't heard this
you know
one.
what's beautiful about that though?
What?
People don't realize like that means I'm good enough for somebody to say
To
something
come
against.
for you.
Like,
Of course.
what else would that
That's
mean?
exactly what that means.
I'm not doing good.
You're shining
I'm
and
not doing
somebody's
good.
mad.
My nigga. Like, fuck out of
Oh
here.
man, I need to listen to that one. I missed that one. So thinking about Massachusetts, this music scene, I've kind of mentioned how diverse it is. What does Western Mass need that it doesn't have already?
I feel like A&Rs maybe. Like, it definitely need more of those. Like,
Just
people that are
more,
trying to look for
industry
some shit.
attention
Yeah.
in this area.
I think that's all it needs because we have the talent. We got the videographers. We got the talent. We got everything. Engineers, all that.
Right. It really feels like, especially going into this year, it feels like these dominoes gotta fall, and it's just gonna be a runaway train.
A lot of shit getting exposed too.
What's in terms of?
I feel like industry shit is getting exposed.
Yeah, that's definitely the wave. Like A&Rs trying to do interviews and all the behind the scenes people, and this is a lot because of social media. All the behind the scenes people want to have conversations about what they do and their role inside of music. And I think there's a lot of new roles that people don't necessarily understand, which is interesting. I was on LinkedIn, and these companies like Atlantic Records and stuff, they have like social media partnership people that just go out and like try to get influencers to use the music for the artist that's on the label, and different type of partnerships like that. So I think that's going to be a big part of the music industry going forward, and sharing music. So I'm definitely I'm checking for those emerging social media apps. Word. So any last shout outs you want to give?
Shit. Shout out. Kind of high. I didn't really expect that question. I had to think about that one.
Shout out
shout
nobody.
Out Daylight, my nigga. Got that pack.
Yeah.
Shout out that old guy at the store. I was with this nigga Vontae, and some old guy gave us this what was the percentage? 97. Yo, gave us a tug of that shit. Ever since I was on
he
that
was
shit,
working at the store, I'm hoping.
Nah, he wasn't hoping. Like, we was all just talking because I bought backwards. He asked me, do you roll them or do you smoke them? I was like, I roll them, and then I smoke them. Like, I didn't say and then I smoke them, but he knew what I meant.
Yeah. And
then we just started talking about weed and shit. He pulled out his little fucking machine shit. Shit was fire, no bullshit. He was like, words, like, you want to tug of this shit? Word.
It's a good life out here.
Facts.
All right, well, Mel, I appreciate you coming through, man.
Facts.
So this Doing Good, this is like the big song, the big single. And we were talking before the interview that you're putting a video together for this. When's that coming out? What can people expect?
I don't have a when. I just know that it's in the works. Shout out to Dubby. All
right, that's TBH. And this has been the Organized Sound Podcast with Mello Sav. Definitely go check out his music. His EP, M.M.I.I.G and Gemini, is out now. We're going to leave a link for that in the description. And we're signing out.
Adios.